smashing it. We guys are going to give a little 10-15 minute talk about their story, about what they're doing, share some pearls of wisdom with other academy members. And this guy, who I'm about to introduce to you, you'll probably already know him because he's been relentless at not only succeeding in business, but he's been relentless in helping other people on the academy, especially people that are new, nothing in it for him. He just spends time with them on the phone, he meets up with them, and pulls them up. And that's what the culture of the academy is about. The academy is about not just winning, but also helping other people win. So I'm going to introduce him on stage, and I want you to go crazy for him. He's going to be sharing a bit about his story, he's going to be sharing some pearls of wisdom, some golden nuggets, and then after that, we're going to have the panel. So please, without further ado, could you welcome onto the stage my good friend, Mr. Adam Hindley.
Yes, guys, how are we all doing? So, thank you very much, Samuel. Your teaching, the training, all the guys in the team, absolutely amazing. I wouldn't be where I am today without it. And I'm coming up to the 11th month in my academy, and it's been an absolutely life-changing, family change. Everything in my life has changed because of it. And this is my way of hopefully giving you guys maybe a little bit of motivation, maybe a little bit of some tips and tricks about different things, and to just help you out a little bit. So just to start out with, a little bit about me, my background at the minute. So I am aggressively deal sourcing. I sold my first deal in November, and since November I've turned over £105,000 in deal sourcing. I have been using my marketing background and going very hard on kind of service accommodation, medium to longer term bookings, and I've taken in the last 3 months £60,000 worth of service accommodation bookings. And I have some incredible projects and opportunities, JVs with academy members and stuff coming along the way, which if you follow on socials you'll know a lot more about in the future. But actually, I want to start that again. So, my name's Adam. A year ago, I was in a very dark place. I had just split up with my ex-girlfriend. I was heartbroken. I thought I was going to marry the girl. And I went into a massive pit of anxiety, depression, overwhelm. I didn't know what I was going to do in my life. I was, at the moment in time, I was running and managing a health and wellbeing business. And I felt like an absolute hypocrite. It's like, how the hell can I teach people about mental health, physical health, when I can't even look at myself? I can't even look at myself in the mirror. I'm literally laid in bed, looking at the ceiling, thinking about my breathing, trying not to have a panic attack. And I had to really think about and reassess my life at this point. And one thing that I found is my mum sent me a video of Samuel on YouTube. And I was like, okay, property is something I've always wanted to do. I've really wanted to change, I wanted to get into something. I've got a degree in physiotherapy, but the issue with physiotherapy, and I'm sure that some of you guys will feel something very similar with your jobs, is it's time for money. People are paying me for my hands, for my time with my hands. They're not paying, there's a ceiling to that. I can't control that level. The market controls that, not me. So I can't scale that up and push that up unless I employ more people, which I didn't really want to do. So property I knew was the thing. Let's take the pressure away from me being the one that's bringing the money in, and let's gain assets and control assets that pay us ourselves. And that is the amazing thing about property, and that is one of the amazing things that I love about this space, that we're learning about maximising and using other assets that are going to make us money, which is an incredible thing. It's such an incredible thing. But when I was sent the video of Samuel, I was like, okay, I know that this is something that was going to make sense, was going to work. And I went to the £1 crash course. That was in June last year, and that just changed my mindset, changed my perspective. It gave me a focus, it gave me something to work towards. So what happened at that course is I got a photograph with Samuel, and I said to him, by January, I'm going to be on Winners on a Wednesday. And as you can probably imagine, he's like, yeah, I hear that all the time, whatever, kind of thing. And the fact that I just knew that that was going to be the case. It was the first time I've ever done anything in my life where I just knew that this is the answer, this is the next thing, this is what's going to progress me to where I want to be. And obviously I went on to the course. The first course I did was the deal selling course in August. And that's when my property journey really started. That's when I felt like I was at a point in my life where I can move away from the anxiety and the overwhelm I was feeling from the other aspects of my life, and that I was ready to progress and push on to something new. So after the deal selling course, I sold my business. I sold my old business. I completely removed myself from it and was like, right, I've got 6 months now. I sold the business for enough for me to live for 6 months. If I don't make money in 6 months in property, something's going wrong. Because this model, this roadmap, this treasure map that Samuel has laid out for us, and he's just literally, there's an X marks the spot in the top corner, and we've just got a direct little path that we need to go to just to start digging up the treasures over here. And I can't, that model and that map just made so much sense to me. And that is what you guys are seeing now. Obviously, I've been through the courses. I'm here to give back and help and just really pull other people up as much as I can, like Samuel mentioned before. And these things, and where I kind of joined the course and kind of came forward and pushed, I was like, do you know what? I'm going to start documenting my process of this. And this is my #1 tip for anyone who is joining the CAD. In fact, actually, everyone get out your phones at the minute. If you've got an Instagram account, go onto Instagram. I want you to take a picture. Take a picture of me, tag it, take a picture with people on your table, and literally tell people where you are. Tell people about the people that you're surrounding yourself with. Tell people what you are doing, what your new strategy is going to be. Because it might be scary right now, but what good stuff happens in your comfort zone? Nothing good happens in your comfort zone. So I urge you, do it now. Get your phones out and take a picture with people, take a picture of the stage and post it on your Instagram, post it on your Facebook, wherever you do it, and promote yourself in terms of what you're doing. Let's go. So it's like this, it has been a massive, massive game changer for me, and it's something that I've done throughout my entire process. So it's been social media is a superpower. When it comes to business, if you maximize social media, it's a superpower. But like I say, I would get into that point of where I was in this hole and I wanted to help my family out. My mum and dad had just, this is always hard to talk about, my mum and dad needed my grandma to pass away to inherit her house to pay off their mortgage. And obviously, saying that out loud is absolutely devastating to hear. It fucking wells me up just thinking about it. But what I know now, if I'd have known that then, before my grandma passed away, we'd have had a plan in place, and we'd have been able to use property, and we'd have been able to maximise the income that we could have made with that property. But we've done it anyway. That's in the past. We've moved on, and now, again, my mum is one of my investors in one of my properties, one of my SAs, which is absolutely incredible. I'm so thankful that I'm able to do that now. But yeah, going back to the deal selling course, and that was when I was like, right, okay, that's when I joined the academy. That is when my journey starts. This is the day that my life's going to change, and it didn't change. But the big thing, the really, really big thing, which I urge all of you guys that are new to the academy, is it took me 3 months to get any kind of deal, anything along the line. I know that some people, I've spoken to them before, it's taken 7 months. Other people, it's taken longer. Other people, it's taken quicker. They've left the course and they've had a deal that day. But everybody's on their own journey. Everyone's got a toolbox. So everyone's got tools in your toolbox that you can use. And your toolbox is full of your previous life experiences as well. I'm quite lucky that I'm confident to speak on stage and to do this in front of a large group of people like we have here. But I was a musician from when I was 16 to when I was 22 years old. So I've got a mass experience of being on stage and performing in front of people. Then I used to do a YouTube channel for fitness. So now when it comes to social media, I'm confident on the camera, I'm confident on making content and editing things together. And then I've owned businesses previously, and like I say, sold and exited a business before, so I understand marketing, CRMs, client relations, systems, and everything to put into place, the legal side of it. So you may look at my story and be like, wow, what you've achieved in that time is amazing, but that started 10, 12 years ago when I started learning about these other skills. Yours journey started 10, 12 years ago for some of you guys. Maybe not the guy that's 15, but still. But the fact is, you've got tools in your life, you've got tools from your jobs, tools from your different experiences that you can pull into this game and that you can use. So you're not starting from fresh. So don't feel that like overwhelmed sometimes that you're just completely new to it. If you've been a receptionist, you know how to talk on phones. If you've worked in HR, you might actually have a really good contact and a good story about communicating something to someone, about getting a rent to SA. Like, your background is going to be able to help you out in your journey so much. It's going to bring different tools into your toolbox, and it's going to help you be pulled up along the way. And that's one thing that I just really did. I executed on using the tools that I already had, which allowed me to scale really quickly. And like I say, it took me 3 months to get my first property. My first property was a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, rent service accommodation in Liverpool city centre. It was really, really nice. And then the floodgates opened. And they always say that when the snowball starts rolling down the hill, it just goes and it goes and it goes and it goes crazy. That was at 9 a.m. I picked up the keys for that property. At 12 p.m. the same day, I picked up the keys for my second property. So I had 3 months of nothing, and I picked up the 2 sets of keys for 2 properties in like literally 3 hours. It's ridiculous. And then on the Friday of that same week is when, if you guys may have seen the YouTube video or heard Samuel talk about it before, when he came to Harrogate and I got a 4-bedroom, massive house in the area where the landlord was 93 years old, and negotiated all that and like got praise from Samuel saying I negotiated like a pro. And what I'm saying is that every single time, it took me 3 months, I was doing exactly the same as what you guys on the course were doing today, getting your lists together, calling them, getting a no, calling them, getting a no, calling them, getting a maybe, then I'd go fuck it up at the viewing. And then you learn, but every single time you break into a wall, you just look at the next wall. You don't look back and see how far you've come from it. So it's like you break through the wall, you break through the wall, you break through the wall, and it'll feel like you're not getting anywhere, but you're progressing so much along the way. You're learning how to deal with different people's objections. You're learning how to get over them obstacles, over them things that people are saying that are like putting it off. Is it just going to be Airbnb and the rest of it and all that kind of stuff? So the fact that you can learn how to overcome these objections and get better is what's going to get you to a point of where you've broke through all the walls now. Like, yes, you're still going to get some no's, but when someone does come with an objection, you know how to handle it. So you can get past it, and again you get past it, and again you get past it. And then that's when things started to really snowball for me. So I got 3 properties in my first week in that November, and that was ridiculous. Probably too much in one go if I'm looking back now. But yeah, then I started with deal selling, because the deals kept coming. And that's when I kind of came up with a strategy of that, well, I was finding deals in my area. The investor was putting the money in it, wanted to do it, but the one particular investor that I was using was like, I'm really busy, I ain't got a chance to manage it. I'm like, oh, I'll manage it. And then this became my strategy, and this became how I've grown. So I was sourcing properties that worked for me. I was selling them to an investor, saying to the investor, oh, I know the area, I can manage it if you want. And then that's what allowed me to grow, to the point now where I've got 14 service accommodation units, and I've just agreed my first lease option agreement on a fantastic millionaire row penthouse apartment, which is going to be absolutely incredible. But yeah, I wanted to share a little bit of my story today. I wanted to hopefully inspire you guys that I know that if you are just joining the academy right now, that overwhelming filming, that feeling of putting your PIN code in that cash machine, as Ibby's like, yeah, do it, go out and do it. But yeah, the opportunity, the journey that you're about to embark on, the journey that you're about to do, the people that you're going to surround yourself with and do it with, it's like we're all a different level, we're all a different breed, the people in this room. You're surrounded by 450 people that have all invested a shitload of money in themselves because they believe in themselves. If that's not motivation enough that you're surrounded by this type of people, I don't know what is. So I'm here, I was very, very motivated, and I used the mentor calls, I used the guides, messaged Samuel loads on Instagram and stuff, and they grabbed me and they reached down and they pulled me up. And now I'm in a bit of a position of where I can help people. I know certain tactics, I know certain things that I can do. So I'm reaching down now and trying to help other people up while still progressing and building on my journey. A bit like Stretch Armstrong at the minute. But like I say, I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about my journey. I wasn't coming from a place of, you see people that are succeeding, you hear me say the numbers that I say at the start, and I purposely do that start of where I bring it back and go again, because when I was you, at the start of my journey, at the first start of the academy, and there's the guys, the mentors, the people at the back going at like 20 grand a month, 25 grand a month, I didn't believe it. Like, I knew that there wasn't lighting, but I just couldn't click. I couldn't believe it. It's like when you don't see that, you don't really believe it. But it happened, and I believed in myself. I believed in the process. I believed in the roadmap. And if you've got that, and you've got the environment around you to do it, then I don't see why any of us can't do it. The amount of times that people in the academy have gone, I quit my job. It's like, oh, cool, sound, on to next kind of thing. It's like, because it's happening so frequently, but it's actually a crazy concept to think about, that you've started a business, you've got the business cash flowing enough that you can leave your job, you can get out of this fucking shit rat race that we're told that we need to be a part of. It is absolutely amazing to see, and so many people are doing it all the time. Love the masterminds, love hearing about everybody's stories, and again, I hope that I can inspire one person, I can help one person with my story today. And yeah, if you want to chat, got any questions for me, then obviously I'm going to be around all night, guys. So I hope that this has helped, and yeah, speak soon.
Well done.